all of the adventures that you've had are just, for the average person who doesn't move around too much, um, man, it feels like exciting stuff.
I have the same experience or a similar experience to yours. Pursuing career and raising children did not allow for much travel. But at a certain point, I mean, I can pinpoint the day and the hour. A member of my church took me out to lunch, and he said, "It's time to take a trip." And it had never crossed my mind, but he had in mind that I would lead a group of people to the Middle East, to Israel. Then, later there would be stops in Jordan and Egypt and so on. But so so this wonderful man rekindled in me this desire to explore.
Yeah, and you've done a lot of it. I mean, gosh, you've and a lot of different travel. And what I like is that you gave me some words as it related to what you're trying to get out of travel. Not all is just leisurely vacations. I mean, you've said that travel can be spiritually formative when it's done with intention, and there's a lot of different types of travel, and you've done a lot of those. Study tours, pilgrimages, mission trips, leisure travel. In your mind, how are those? Can you separate those and tell us a little bit more about how each one of those is a little different, or what is the uniqueness of each one, particularly as it relates maybe to inner growth?
Yeah, but I want to preface this by saying I too feel a need to go to a beach and sit in the sunshine and read a book. I get why that's important, and I've done my share of that. But then there's another kind of travel that has become very important to me. And at the beginning, I think I did it mainly with groups. And that was because that was the way to afford it. If if I led a study tour or a pilgrimage, then my way was paid. And so for a number of years, that's the way I did it. And then it's only been in recent years where I've decided to go alone. And that's led to walking the Camino a couple of times and things like that. But uh, by leading my first pilgrimage, I got a glimpse of what this could mean and the life changing part of it. Can I tell you a brief story about that?
I would love you to tell me a brief story about that.
The first time to Israel, I discovered that I had a moderate interest in seeing all the sites that everybody's heard about. But what was life changing was meeting a particular person, a Palestinian priest who later became an archbishop in northern Israel. But when I heard him speak, and when my group heard him speak, we heard a story that we had never heard before. And I now know that there are many stories in the Middle East, not just the one that we hear most often. And this man became a dear friend. I came to see his history and his geography through a different lens, maybe. And then I began to repeat that throughout my travels. I would meet people like that who caused me to think in different ways.